Hello everybody, I am Dr. Shaheeda from BITM. Today we are going to discuss about role of digital marketing, digital and social media marketing during the COVID-19. So I am really very happy to tell you what are the problems that were faced by our people, not only in the world as well as in our country at large. The problems we faced and the different sorts of situations that we undercame, and at last, and now this is where we are held up, and further this will still continue. Where is the end for the COVID? So now, what is the actual role played by the digital media? I am here to discuss about it. Before going to that, before going to know the role of the digital media, today I am going to tell what exactly is digital media and what is COVID. So let us talk about these two different things. So here, regarding the social media, websites and applications that enable users to create, share content or participate in the social networking. In simple, let us not go to the words. In simple, if you ask me, I would just tell your Facebook, Instagram, your Twitter, all these platforms what we use in day to day and every second of our life to share our information, to be in touch with our beloved ones and to share the greetings and to have the information. So this is what is all about a platform of having a social networking. So this is the best example what we have seen it. Then coming with the COVID, this is what this particular site what you have seen in the past 3 months since from March. This is what common thing what we have seen on the hands of our beloved ones at the. This is what we have seen, people who were quarantined, and this is a symbol that was put on the hands of the people. Who are the people who were home quarantined? This is a big question that we are coming across. People who have left their actual natives and went to the other places and came back from those places wherein COVID is being heavily affected. So coming with the COVID, what exactly is COVID and how is it going to affect us? So COVID is a particular flu. It is a flu which is seriously affecting and it is spreading very fast. So here we come across the ways and means. Now I am telling you the ways and means how COVID is going to affect. Some of the common symptoms that we can see. It's a common illness or a flu, that is what we can see. But here the common symptoms is your dry cough, fever, dry cough and tiredness. This is quite common symptoms which we come across during the starting and the initial stages of COVID. Then less common, these are the previously what we have seen is your fever, dry cough and tiredness. This is the symptoms that are quite common, but less common symptoms when we talk about, we come across aches and the different types of pains, sore of the throat, diarrhea, then conjunctivitis, then headaches, loss of taste and smell, or rash on the skin and or discoloration of fingers and toes. These are the less common symptoms that we have come across initial stages or the beginning of COVID. The serious symptoms that we come across is your difficulty in breathing, then shortness of breath, chest pain or pressure, loss of speech or movement. Seek immediate medical attention if you have serious symptoms. This is quite natural that we seek immediate healthcare help. Ultimately, people with mild symptoms who are otherwise healthy should manage their symptoms at home on an average 5 to 6 days from when someone is affected. The virus for the symptoms show, however, 14 days to come out and show its actual impact. So therefore, on an average, 6 to 14 days a human being needs to detect that he is infected by COVID. Now, the main theme of this seminar, role of digital and social media during the COVID. What exactly we know what is social media and what is the plus and minus points of social media. So, how people have utilized social media during the lockdown periods. Since our Honorable Prime Minister has given a public curfew or a Janata curfew on 22nd March 2020. That was the first day where we had a Janata curfew. Our Honorable Prime Minister requested everybody to stay at home and observe the public curfew. Later, after that, after 2 days, 24th March, the first lockdown phase started, wherein there was quite strict observation by the authorities to see that none of the people come out of the house, they stay at home, and more of the advertisement was to be stressed on staying at home, stay safe. All these words were quite common. So when people started staying at home, the most dependent media what they felt was both the officers were closed, they were asked to stay at home, and children had no exams. They were worried about their exams, especially the PUC and the 10th students who were supposed to write their exams. They were worried about their exams. There was a last, especially in Ballari, when we talk about, there was a last exam that PUC in Karnataka, last exam of PUC second year, which was postponed due to the COVID first lockdown phase. So even when we talk about the 10th standard examinations also, that was also postponed, but fortunately it didn't start up. Here, coming with the role, firstly we can say that it is digital media is a source of information as well as misinformation. Information of, how can we say information? Information of what? Social media companies are working to combat. Information of what? To combat, to regain the normal situation. Social media companies are working to spread the positive message, to see that people come back to the normal position. They stay at home, they seek health measures, they seek preventive measures and come back to the normal. They also see, when we talk about the worldwide situation, it was quite worsened, as we have seen that coronavirus had started up in China, and slowly the laborers who were at Wuhan started coming down to Italy, and through that they started spreading one by that particular flu, that particular disease started spreading into country to country. This is how, and through the international flights we can see that how people started having the coronavirus problem in almost most of the countries. This is how the flu started spreading in various other countries. So coming to the aspect of misinformation and information, here information and misinformation we can talk about. This is what, how people are misusing the information and how people are using the information. Information can be for the positive one as well as information can be for the negative one. Some people, just for the sake of spreading a psychological scare, psychological fear in the minds of people, they started posting on fake messages. They started posting on the information which was not true. Irrespective of the number of cases that were there, the number of cases were shown. Government tried its level best to see that people shouldn't get scared. People should be hale and healthy, and ultimately they started stress on the immunity of the people. So they started making studies. What is the important thing right now to survive in the world as well as in India? People were totally dumb, as if the psychological problem was that as if this is the end of the world. That is what they have felt it. So where are they standing? Then next we may not have life. So this was the end. What is the situation? People started talking that what is the situation that we are undergoing in our lifetime. I heard many people telling in our lifetime. People at the age of 60, 65, 70, they started telling, in our lifetime this is the first time we have come across such a situation. So this is something unbearable, something which is unseen, and this is the first time that we are experiencing such sort of a situation, staying at home. People who were really worried to get one day leave because of lockdown, they were asked to sit at home, and this particular lockdown has given time for the people to spare some time with the families, to have the family time and to stay at home and to look after their family members as well as their health. Slowly there came a situation wherein people were asked to work from home. People started knowing the importance of working from home. They started working online, coming with the aspect of the schools, coming with the aspects of the colleges and all. The syllabus which were kept pending. So that pending syllabus started, the faculties, the professors started taking the classes online. Here the advent of what we have seen, people started commonly using the apps like Zoom, GoToMeeting and many more apps wherein they could connect 100, 200 people, 110 people and then 15, 20 people at a stretch and have a common platform to have a discussion. So when we talk about this, at the time of the coronavirus, we have also seen a situation how information can really distract the mind of the people. Then at the same time, the second point we are supposed to remember, when we have got the information about either it may be a coronavirus or it may be the situations faced by the people in and around the country as well as at the various stages, people with different backgrounds, different people who hail from different stages like West Bengal, Orissa, Bihar and many other people who have come down for the livelihood, who have gone to the metro cities for the livelihood, were struck up leaving their families at their village side. They were totally away from the families. Their food has become a matter of concern. One day meal has become a matter of concern for their situation. So that was a situation. People started saying, rather than the disease, we will die with a starvation. We will die without food. Rather than corona, we will die without food. This is what the situation, and this is what the people were panicked without food. So there started a sort of humanity among the people, especially with the NGOs, especially with the friend circles and all what we have seen, and the people with the common interest, they came out, they funded certain groups of people who were starving for the food. Ultimately, what is that they have seen? To what extent the information what we are providing is truth. So people started investing money and preparing food, and that food was given in the form of parcels to the laborers, to the people at the hospitals who were admitted at the nursing homes and all. This is how they slowly and steadily try to. This is one of the measures where the common people, apart from the government, the common people also gave a helping hand to the government to combat the situation. To now the trustworthiness, as I was talking about the trustworthiness of the information provided. So people were totally, as they were panicked and psychologically disturbed, they were in a situation whether to believe the particular information available to them or not. Then here, on the basis of this particular COVID, this information of social media, the social media and the digital media, I could say, this particular platform played a very crucial role, stating a very crucial role that is broadly in two ways. They have tapped this particular situation and they came out in two particular perspectives. How the social media companies came out with particular perspectives, how the politicians came out with the different perspectives, combating. Some of them came out with a combating situation and some of them came out with the provoking situations. The situations of COVID, when once COVID was seriously seen spreading in India, then there were two perspectives that emerged, which were that these two perspectives were opposing two opposing logics that can be seen. One is for the commercial purpose and one is for the communal purpose. The commercial purpose, the companies which were totally into the digital media marketing, they started emphasizing on the products that would really give immunity to the people who were totally here. The people were very distressed and the stocks in the shops were totally getting disappeared. People were buying like anything. Whenever the lockdown period was given, right from 7 in the morning, in the first phase of the lockdown, the period was given from 7 in the morning AM till 11 AM. So ultimately between these two, you could see people rushing with masks and you could see people everywhere at the retail shops and at the organized stores. They could buy the groceries, and at the same time you can also see people going with the home deliveries. Like we were unable to go, people who had the mindset of having going to hotels and having their meals or their meals or their dinners once in a while, once in 15 days with family, that came to an end. When COVID spread, few of the messages that were seen on digital media marketing were like this: we are working closely towards the COVID responses efforts, we are helping millions of people. Especially when we talk about the police people, especially when we talk about the police department, the health department, the health officers, the ASHA workers as well as the volunteers. Really we should be thankful for these people. They have really played a very vital role in seeing that people maintain social distancing, in seeing that people follow the instructions, the basic instructions, and see that they be healthy. The doctors started saying, coming out with the videos like what best they can do it. What best they can do it, especially with children under the age of 10 and the elderly people above the age of 60 to 65 and all. So these, what are precautionary measures and what intake that they can take. So many of them started telling that they are supposed to take warm water with lime, and they told that have a mint tea as much as possible. Then at the same time they also said that take more of warm water so that your problems will be solved and you will be healthy enough. At the same time, don't go for your fried items and all. This is what people started telling. Go for the food which could provide you more immunity and all. This is what ultimately people gave. So here, early in the morning when we get up, so many cases in XYZ place, in XYZ state and in XYZ countries. So many died, so many cured, so many quarantined. So this is what, just if one single person is been affected by COVID means, at the same time if the in and around the well-wishers and the family members were also taken into consideration, because this flu was one such flu which was spreading just by the touch, just by the liquid when they talk, the liquid that would come out of their mouth. And there were various other means, indirect touch and direct touch, wherein we could see the spread of the COVID-19. Second, an influence on public response to the outbreak. So what was the influence of public response for the once we saw the outbreak of COVID-19? Social distancing. People started maintaining social distance. They stopped shaking hands. They stopped like as we see, some of them have the habit of we generally have the professionals have the habit of shaking hands and all. So this was totally stopped. They were all the stress was given to maintain at least 1 meter or 3 feet, 1 meter or 3 feet distance from one person to the other person, and compulsory wear the masks. So this is this is what we have seen in the society. This was a total change that the people were seeing and observing throughout the lockdown. People started giving significance to their health. They started feeling the essence of the family and the importance of the family members. So social distancing or home quarantine, we can say, that was a quite common trend that was prevailing at this particular situation of COVID-19. Boosting and shaming panic buying. Now what is this? What is boosting and shaming panic buying? So people started saying, I am at home and I am feeling very lonely. So this is again a psychological disorder. Sometimes we used to feel that as we were all alone rather than mixing with the friends. But at the same time, when we take this particular social media as a negative aspect, at the same time, I would also say this media has given an opportunity to be in touch with the loved ones, our friends, our office, our colleagues, and work from home and see that the life is get going. Now, panic buying. What exactly is panic buying? Panic buying is all about people were scared when once there was lockdown from 24th and all. So they were really worried whether the stocks, people were worried whether the stocks from the other states are going to come into a state or not. As we always have the distribution channel from one state to the another state. The transportation from one state to the another state has totally stopped. The laborers were not going to the factories and production has stopped production has stopped. Many of the factories were closed. So here people went to the retail shops, tried to gather heavy groceries, thinking that survival is very important and their family survival is very important. That was seen. The humanity, somewhere this particular act will make us to think whether there is an existence of the humanity or not. So, but at the same time, people used to tell that there were through the videos, through the messages that don't go for panic buying. The panic buying, which is a word given by the social media after seeing the behavior of the consumers buying heavily grocery and heavy requirements of the FMCG goods. This is what some of them used to show their pics, getting their trolley full of groceries and all, vegetables, fruits and all. And at the same time, there were few other pics were also there when people are starving for food. And some people used to show, some common middle class people also used to show their trolley. I had gone to shop, but there was nothing at the retail store. This was the situation wherein people used to post. So there was the plus and minus situation was seen quite commonly, and amidst of all these situations, there started the other what you can say, the consultancies, the other learning apps, wherein they started going with the online learnings. By the apps like Byju's and Academy and all, they started up coming out with online learnings, then online courses and all. Then at the same time, some of the academies and kids consultancies, they started up coming out with some of the programs wherein they could make children sit at home, learn something new, and make their time spend their time in a more productive way. So they have seen to it that the problem should be out of their mind, not in the form of psychology, but they are supposed to enjoy every moment of the lockdown. Majority of them have seen that through their programs and other sort of short courses. So people started stressing on saying that stay at home, what are the benefits of staying at home, why should you stay at home. And when we talk about the buying and all, so there were huge buying. When we talk about the huge buying, people started stressing on the sanitizers, especially people started stressing on 60% of alcohol mixed sanitizers. This was a very particular, I really remember certain things when we used to go to the medical shops, or like if I used to see people going and asking like sanitizer with exactly here the stress, the word I would like to stress at this particular situation, that 60% of the sanitizer, 60% of the alcohol mixed sanitizers, people were in demand, people were demanding, they were very particular with that, and they used to stress on cleaning of the hands. See that the people who on one single paper, the doctors used to say through the video saying that let any one person who is hale and healthy in the family, who is below 65 and above 10 years, especially the elderly and earning person, let them go out, buy the groceries and the needy in the meantime, and come in. When once they come in, they should wash their feet, hands and then even the things what you get, you are supposed to sanitize it and then take inside. The doctor started saying that your home should be the fort. It should be like a fort. So you sanitize your home, you use phenols, you use sanitizers, keep your house clean, keep your bedroom clean, bedspreads clean. The clothing of your children should be clean. This is how people started giving more and more information for the people for the survival, which in otherwise also made the common man in a bit of panic. Then coming to the third aspect, a marketing platform, social responsible product marketing. So here some of the things wherein it has become quite common that under the crisis, how can we, what type of products, there was totally closure of the goods and all, especially when you talk about the apparels and all, the online apparels were totally closed, and especially with the apparels, the organized and unorganized apparel shops, they were closed, lockdown, nobody were going out and trying to do, they were neither interested in the shopping because there was a strict lockdown and strict measures. The police people were strict enough, and they were at times they also used to punish people for the sake if they come out without any particular reason. And this has also taken a positive as well as negative aspect, wherein the police beat the youngsters or any other family, any other people who are going out, wherein there was a plus and minus comments on these sort of police responses, and the type of the various, the type of the languages, the type of the particular wordings that the police people used at the time of lockdown, first phase of lockdown, and the different types of the situations that the police people used it in dealing with the different people. Coming out with the how beautifully this digital marketing has utilized it to curb the crisis is that home delivery, especially with the home delivery. They also gave an opportunity, some of the hotels were open, they also gave an opportunity like sitting at home for the people who were in, they are struck up, the ITBT people who are struck up, who don't have their family at the place where they are working. So for them the situation was such that they are supposed to give an order, and the order is to come home. The food is to come to their home. So this was the situation. Socially responsible product marketing. So the products which were marketed so they were really trying to promote the product in such a way that to what extent this particular product may be a positive product or maybe a really worthy product when you take. So a product that was being marketed here during the situation of COVID was especially the sanitizers, the immunity based products which could increase the immunity, the medicines, as well as the face masks, all these things were the tissue papers and all. This is how the significance was given for the marketing of the products, especially with the socially responsible product. Face masks searches by the product category. These were few of the increase of the sales of the face masks as the days go. Then fourth aspect, a powerful way to bring positivity to a scary time. Yes, of course, digital media has been a very powerful means of bringing a positivity at this particular scary time. How is that we can say? The reason is here at the certain situations we have also seen that how beautifully people came forward to fund the purposes. Especially when we talk about the information provided at the beginning, like we have here the digital media has utilized it in two basic things, that is your commercial purpose as well as the communal purpose. When we talk with the commercial purpose, they started selling the products in the form of, that is your socially responsible products. At the same time, communal purpose, few of the videos and messages were spread in such a way that XYZ communities were given, were targeted, and this is what. Then later, the same platform at the same time also apologized and also gave a clear picture saying that the type of videos what XYZ people have posted it through the social media, and they searched the actual sources, and those videos were from the way back of 3-4 years back, and the particular situation at the time when the video was taken was entirely different, for which they gave the voice. This is what it is being edited and see, the way of using the social media is really plus and minus, positive as well as negative. We should always know that which is the accurate source, what is the source, whether is it really a trustworthy source or not, in what way we can trust it. So you should know the ways and means of trusting it. Some of the ads were seen on the online. So India is one such versatile country wherein we could see the diversity in our country. We Indians completed our festival, Ugadi festival at the lockdown time. The Ramzan started, and at the same time the Ramzan also was completed in the lockdown time. So we Indians are quite prone to our temples, mosques, churches and all. But lockdown has made us realize that even though if you don't go to mosque, even though if you don't go to temple, even though if you don't go to church, still we can sit at home and pray the Almighty and have a safe life with the family. These some of the situations that has made people think and rethink. What is that rethink? Think and rethink is what? What situations have made people think and rethink? I cannot stay without my friends, but still we stayed without friends, without mixing with them. I cannot stay without going out to hotel at least once in a week with friends. We were able to do it. We were able to stay without friends and without hotel food and without going to hotels with friends. My birthday should be celebrated, a great party should be given. Nothing was done. Still we celebrated our birthdays being with family. So when people used to think, I cannot imagine my life without these. People who used to think these words, I cannot imagine my life without fast food, without hotel food, without friends, without pictures, pubs, restaurants and all, for all these people with the mindset. So the lockdown has cleared that you can still stay if you prepare your mind. This is what the lockdown 1 to 3 phase has been told to the common people. So from here, based on the lockdown and all, many started creating funny TikToks. Then because of the lockdown, many women sitting at home started creating funny TikToks, and some of the children They started creating funny jokes through their TikToks and all. People started saying that this is really a very good, lockdown has really given a very good time to share our family feelings and get to know each other and have a family bonding and the bonding with our neighbors. More of humanity was seen in people in this COVID-19 situation. So here, when we talk about the fundraisers organized and distributed on social help, raise of the money for those who are in need. So I would like to tell some of the names. That is, we have taken people, especially with your some of the celebrities, Karan Johar. Then when we talk about your Shilpa Shetty, Salman Khan, your other Ayushmann Khurrana and some of the other famous celebrities, irrespective of whether their films clicked or not clicked, but still they have been a means of donating their incomes, their hard-earned incomes in one way or the other for the sake of the problems faced by the people. Then they not only donated to the PM Cares Fund, at the same time they also donated to the Maharashtra government funds also. So here they have taken, the celebrities also, the cricketers also have donated lot of funds. Coming with the aspects of the corporate people. People are posting pictures and videos to share their experiences and all. So in the various aspects, either it may be the experience at the retail shop, or it may be the experience at the hospital, or it may be the experience or the sort of emotional feel that they have come across during the lockdown and all. They used to share their experiences. As they used to spend time with their younger ones or younger siblings, they used to share even that experiences through the digital media. So these are few of the common pictures that we could see during the COVID-19. So the coronavirus disease, the dashboards wherein we could see the world statistics. This is where we could come to know about the world statistics. So here ultimately we can also say that the social media has always been a information source. At the same time, it depends on us that how we take the source in a positive way. Should marketers adopt the social media? What type of social media strategies that the marketers have adopted? So let us take the example of, once upon a time we used to always have a rule that no mobiles are allowed at the college premises, and especially in particular with the classrooms, the mobiles are not allowed. But through mobiles, through online media, that is your laptops and all, the students used to have classes, the professor or the faculty used to deliver the lecture through the various apps like Zoom and your GoToMeeting. So this is what we have come across. Even we will be able to have the e-learning, people who are adapted for the situations wherein we have to have an interactive session always for them, and that too with the physical setup, that for them also the learning was possible sitting at home and through virtual learning. So here, let the publishers, especially when we talk about the people who go offline for the publishing and all, for the sort of for publishing, and at the same time for the sort of sales of the books and all. The publishers, what did the publishers do? Then they, instead of coming down to the colleges and the schools to recommend their books, they started putting a particular small para about a particular content about the book, and how this particular book will always be a useful one, to which target customers it will be a useful one. They started displaying it, they started posting the message. This is one of the means wherein it was quite supportive, wherein the publishers started selling their books and creating the demand for their books. This is one aspect. And the social media has also seen that the companies who are selling their products through social media has also seen that the consumers are important. At the same time, the consumers are not only user centric, but
the same time they should also, the media has also seen that it shouldn't be the producer centric alone. Brands have almost, we have seen the conversations through people that there are certain brands which have, even at the time of the lockdown, which has really clicked it, and they were able to have the sales. Ultimately, we have seen that the social media has been a source of entertainment during the time of lockdown. At the same time, through some of the movies, I would also like to stress on certain things. When once the lockdown started, the previous when we were children, when we were kids, we have seen the Ramayana and Mahabharata, those sort of serials, the mythological serials restarted. The television centers started telecasting such sort of mythological serials wherein people used to sit with the elders, with the family, elders of the family, and watch such serials, mythological serials. Brands have always been a part in the conversation of digital media. Then ultimately we should see to what extent we are individually responsible. What is our responsibility as a citizen and as an individual? So as a citizen and as an individual of the family, what are our responsibilities? And as a citizen of our country, what are our responsibilities? So whenever we are posting, we are always supposed to think twice and post a positive pic which would really motivate. So there should, we have in the midst of the crisis, we have seen some of the misinformation and some of the information of humanitarian in nature. At the same time, some people for the people who were communal based and who used to always talk negative about one community or the other in one way or the other, for such sort of people, the minds were open, people were quite clear. And one of the greatest thing that we have seen here in India is that both the different communities came together to help the humankind. Ultimately, to see that survival, as the Darwin's theory goes, survival of the fittest. So here the humanitarian nature here evoked, and people started caring each other. Some of them started taking selfies when they used to give parcels, and that particular selfies also felt, but that particular selfies also, which was seen by the other friends, they felt that it was an embarrassing situation which the opposite person who is receiving the parcel would feel. So here, by these sort of feelings, by these sort of aspects of our tags, after seeing the pics and all, I could tell that somewhere or the other, the essence of humanity and values amongst us is still existing. And here, ultimately, the discrimination was slowly and steadily combated. So then, apart from that, the information that the social media played during the various other crises was remarkable. Then first and the foremost thing, when we saw the catastrophic effect of the financial thing was seen after the crisis outbreak, then what exactly the financial crisis, the stock markets came down, the FMCG goods production came down, the laborers did not go to the work. Then ultimately the survival of the common man and the people below poverty line was at a questionable stage. Then the survival for one single meal has become a big disaster. People like, even though you are, when we talk about the celebrities, they came out with some of the funds, and when we talk about some of the ministers like Venkaiah Naidu and Govind, they also gave their salaries, and they gave their 1 month salaries, they donated to the COVID cause. At the same time, your Ravi Shankarji, Mary Kom, Priyanka Chopra, as well as some of the other celebrities have donated. Few of the corporates to name, Azim Premji, Tata Sons, Adani, Ambani, then your Anand Mahindra, Kotak Mahindra, then your FMCG products like your ITC, HUL, RB, Godrej, all these people in one way or the other, they donated their funds in terms of lakhs, in terms of crores, and people, your celebrity like Sony Sood and the other like Khanna and all, these people started providing buses for the migrant laborers to move from one state to the another state who had come down for the sake of a livelihood. This was ultimately the situation that was prevailing. So slowly and steadily I am sure that by the grace of Almighty that we will come back to even this particular days also, and the normal days will come in future. Our Honorable Prime Minister has pressed on a terminology that is Atmanirbhar. We Indians should be Atmanirbhar. So Atmanirbhar, being Atmanirbhar is self-independent. Here, based on our Honorable Prime Minister's words, I would like to now make you all realize that and ask you people being the future of tomorrow to rethink how can we be Atmanirbhar. So here we are supposed to go in for the buy Indian products, then buy Indian goods. At the same, be Indian and buy Indian. Once again the time has come. Apart from the freedom fighting, the mindset was, during the freedom fight, the mindset was be Indian, buy Indian. And now once again the time has come, be Indian and buy Indian. So here now it is a very hard time for us to again fight back and get our economy back to the original situation. So there were lakhs together losses. Our GDP decreased from 6% to 0.8%, 18 lakh crore losses in the lockdown phase. Swadeshi movement is to be the slogan of today's citizen, so that we can get up our economy and be one among the top in the world. At the last, I would like to end my particular session by a single story saying that there was a young gentleman like you who used to go to the temple of Lord Ganesh and daily used to pray in front of Lord Ganesh, saying that he should have a lottery draw on his name. So he used to always tell that he should have a lottery draw on his name. So I would like to tell this in Kannada because maybe few of the terminologies may be very clear for you through, and you could have the essence of the story. Ganesha nunge lottery ipsbidappa, lottery ipsbidappa, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಟ್ರಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ, ನನಗೆ ಲಾಟ್ರಿ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಆ ಹುಡುಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ದಿನ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಸ್ನಾನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಪೂಜೆ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಗಣೇಶನ ಮುಂದೆ ನನಗೆ ಲಾಟ್ರಿ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ, ಲಾಟ್ರಿ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ. Once it so happened, ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಏನಾಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ಗಾಡೆಸಸ್ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಗಣೇಶ, ನಿನ್ನ ಭಕ್ತ ದಿನಾ ಒಂದು 6 ತಿಂಗಳದಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಿನ್ನ ಭಕ್ತ ದಿನಾ ಬಂದು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆನೆ ಆತನ ಮುಖನೇ ನಿನಗೆ ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆನೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಮುಖ ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ಆತ, ಬಂದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ಲಾಟ್ರಿ ಎಬ್ಸು ಅಂತ. ನಿಂಗೆ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ? ದಿನಾ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಆತನ ಮುಖ ನೋಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿನಗೆ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋ ಗಣೇಶ, ನನಗಂತೂ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗಾಡೆಸಸ್ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ told to Ganesh. So here, at this particular situation, Lord Ganesh told, ಹೂನಮ್ಮ ನನಗೂ 6 ಈಗ 8 ತಿಂಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆಯಿಂದ ದಿನಾ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಬಂದು ನನಗೆ ಲಾಟ್ರಿ ಎಬ್ಸು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನ. ನನಗೂ ಸಾಕಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಲಾಟ್ರಿ ಎಬ್ಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ತಯಾರಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲಾಟ್ರಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಲಾಟ್ರಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ತಾನೇ ನಾನು ಲಾಟ್ರಿ ಎಬ್ಸೋಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ moral of the story is that ultimately it is we who is going to change our destiny. It is we who is going to change our future. The future lies in our hands, not in the hands of the situation. Nothing is impossible. You being the youth of our country, you can make the things possible. Here during the lockdown we have also seen that majority of the corporate people have come out with their funds to the PM CARES fund. At the same time we have seen your JSW have taken 1 day salary, the JSW employees have given 1 day salary to the PM fund, then at the same time to the local organizers for the NGOs and all, and even our institution, that is Ballari Institute of Technology and Management, have also, and the employees of Ballari Institute of Technology and Management have also donated 1 day salary for the sake of COVID, and our management have given the kits for the quarantined people and provided the facilities, hospital equipments and all for the needy at the hospital, and provided food and other quarantine kits for the COVID affected people. Thank you for hearing my session. Thank you all.